Hey there everybody, welcome to Trial Gaming. Today we're back with Pokemon Premier Journey here in Legend CA. It is episode 125 and DLC alphas. I want to talk about them. Now, let's actually talk about it a little bit. So we can look at here. Okay, this is the start of the DLC. Mankey onward is DLC Pokemon. And it's obvious we are missing a couple. Like we had the Mankey Primeape Annihilate. And why we have Alolan Persian, Alolan Meowth, Berserker, and Galarian Meowth, we are lacking regular Meowth Alpha, and we don't even have a Persian. Wouldn't be a new Pokemon in the Pokedex, because this Persian shares the same number, but still. But there's more than that. Farfetch'd, Galarian Farfetch'd, and Surfetch'd are missing. Not only that, Alolan Melorak, Porygon 2, Porygon Z, Cyclizard. There's plenty of Pokemon, and we can keep going, right? There's a lot of Pokemon that we have. Kecleon isn't an alpha. You know, that the Dondos and all the Tatsugiris. A lot of Pokemon we actually have aren't alpha, right? And ultimately, that is a bit of a problem, and I want to make sure I expand on that. Now, you can tell that I've been down here resetting. I've been doing this for a while. Reset, run, imagine if it's alpha now. Right? But I am getting kind of bored of this. Yeah, you can see nobody else is shiny here because I have pretty much isolated that guy. Now let me get out of here because I only can do this for so long. It's been another day-ish of resetting, and at 1 in 1,000 odds I have to run back and forth to try to precisely only spawn him so I don't phase. It's a nightmare. But what I want to do is actually go and try to get at least 2 to 3 donuts done that are perfect for us and to go after alphas. And in order to do that, I should actually reset at the Pokemon Center or heal at the Pokemon Center so I get a creative backup save. But while I do that, let's talk about seasonal challenges. See them on screen, complete the Day of Pokedex. That's done. I don't have any missing bubbles. Good. Mega Dimension Pokedex, 96 out of 132. Alpha ZA Pokedex, 226 out of 227. Only missing Aerodactyl. Don't have access to him yet. At least, you know, from Wild Zones. Alpha Mega Dimension Pokedex, 72 out of 112. Shiny ZA Pokedex, 113 out of 227. Shiny Mega Dimension Pokedex, 12 out of 117. We are flying back to Hotel Z in the background. Complete all side missions, 186 out of 200. Making use 100 donuts is done. And complete 7 viewer challenges for 5 out of 7. Looking at viewer challenges as I enter into Hotel Z in the background, we have 5 from Chill and Read, 4 completed. If you want to read what Chill and Read has given us, please pause and do so. His 5th one, though, is Catch Shelf in each Trial Zone. We're 12 out of 20. Hopefully we can add another one soon. Grim Reaper gave us Catch a Rogue Mega Evil Pokemon. We caught Darkrai. That's checked off. There was 1 empty viewer challenge, so please, if you'd like to give it to me, comment down below. Alright, so we are in the hotel, as you can see. I have created a backup save. Now, I actually want to try to make donuts. I am no longer going to use any Haban, because Haban are like the best ones, right? And so by not using Haban, I'm actually going to go and use Tanga and mostly Chople. I only can create a certain amount. But yeah, it's only 4.5 stars, so not the best, but you know what? It's fine. Mainly because we're looking for alpha donuts. Now, I can mix and use other stuff, but we're hopefully looking for alpha power. If we get sparkling, that'll work too. Anything else, we reset. Oh, alpha power too. That's fine, actually. Let's save, and that's a perfect donut. All right, so let's actually go use it and see what we have available. So here's the thing, right? I do have to think about... Oh, here's a Pokemon I just don't have in general. We're gonna go for that. Right off the bat, I have found something. So I believe that this one is Purloin and its evolution Liepard. Now, question is what else is in this dark hyperspace? Because it's a dark 3-star. Not this one. It's back here. It's down over here. I feel like anytime I so confidently say something like that, like, oh, it's back here. Oh, it's not, it's back up here. Okay, so it's a dark 3-star. I wonder what else is in here. So it looks like Sandal's in here. So I see Krokorok Sandal, which I don't need alpha. But it looks like it could be Houndoom or Sharpedo as other options. Yeah. Which I don't need either, truthfully, alpha. But still, this will be a good one because I don't think I have Purloin alpha. Let me actually check that. Where's Purloin? No, I don't. So, Purloin will be a new Pokemon just in general. We have 14 minutes. And yeah, and I won't know if we have Houndoom or Sharpedo. I really don't want either of them. And hopefully they're not near spawn, because I will not reset for them. Sandile and Krokorok are Pokemon I will reset for, because, you know, that'd be cool, but yeah. Same with Liepard and Purloin. Again, those are the alphas I'm mainly looking for. Oh my god! That's a shiny Liepard! A Shalpa Liepard! Oh, no, that didn't work. Ice Beam him. Chill him out a little bit. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, first off, I need to find some place I can chill where everything isn't trying to attack me. Catch a shiny, couch and output done. Now we just need to get floating Pokeballs. Alright, hold on. What just happened? I exit and the first thing I see is a Shalpa Liepard. What in the world? Okay. What an amazing start. So not only is that a new Pokemon for the Big Dimension Pokedex, bringing us to 97 and 132. It's a new Alpha, bringing us to 73. I will still get a regular one. And a new Shiny, bringing us to 13 out of 117. What in the world just... Dude, I'm shocked. I'm flabbergasted. What? I didn't even mark down the time because it was just so right in my face, like I was not expecting it. Dude, okay, so I need to take a moment to collect my thoughts. I was expecting to go after some alphas. I was even gonna say going into this, right? About 5 minutes in, maybe. Or 6 minutes in. I'm just gonna make notes really quick on my little cheat sheet I have for when I make shorts. Okay. So let's go destroy Pokeballs. I know this is an Alpha 2, but that's a shiny right off the bat. Thankfully now everything can just be repeat balled. I didn't even have my Pokeballs ready. As you can see, I didn't have my repeat balls ready, so yeah, we were not in a position to do anything. And right off the bat, Shalpa Liepard is just crazy. Can I get up? Thank you. Okay, Mewtwo, break this. We need to destroy Pokeballs. Because, oh, there's one there. I was jumped. Right off the bat. Oh, wait, hold on. I do need an Alpha. I just Earth Powered. Okay. I'm throwing right now so hard, Side Strike. I've never seen this barricaded before. That's a new one. Okay. So we got another new Alpha, bringing us to 74 out of 112. And this Purloin will replace this Purloin. Dude, right off the bat, like... what in the world is going on? Okay. So, let's go in here. I need to destroy more floating Pokeballs. Crocodile, Krokorok, or Crocodile. Oh my god. Sandile Krokorok. I just think, okay. Yeah, my brain is mush right now, dude. Oh, that's some big guys. There is a Pokemon here. Let's Earth Power that, and let's keep moving. Thank you. Over here, there's some stuff, but nothing too special. Okay, we need to get back up top, because that's where the other Pokeballs are. Yeah, let's go up top first. I didn't finish clearing out there. If we see the golden Pokeball, I can't talk. Dude, I'm so just stun locked about just what happened. Shalfa right at the entrance. What a crazy... I didn't even mark that as a Shalfa in my notes. Dude. That's crazy. Okay, so I can't get up there, which sucks a little bit. Oh, there's that. There's a regular Liepard, but we are only interested in the Alpha. I'm not even seeing what frickin' things we get either. You two, can you take care of that? Yeah, I have a little bit of a headache from the fireworks too, like it's 4th of July when I'm filming this. And even though fireworks are illegal here, people are constantly shooting them off, which gives me a horrendous headache. So yeah. How in the world do I get up there? To get the, oh, right here. I see. So this takes me up here. Okay, we're good. Okay, so out of this thing, Shiny Krokorok or Sandile would work. We also need a Liepard Alpha. Now, it doesn't look like we get attacked right away by these guys. So we can fly reset until hopefully a Shiny Purloin or an Alpha Liepard shows up. Dude, a Shalfa Liepard right at the entrance is crazy. Like, yeah. Now, you saw it all there, what Liepard Shiny looks like. It goes from a purple to like a burgundy. It keeps its pink mask, but otherwise it goes... Oh, those are Alphas. Are you guys vicious? Yeah, they are, okay. I just ran into more vicious things. That's not the way I want to go. I am throwing the timer on this. I got all the Pokeballs, I think, on this map, though. Oh, not that one. I always like how I say that so confidently. And then there's always one. But yeah, we already saw Liepard Shiny. It's a Shalfa. We just need a regular Alpha a Liepard. Meanwhile, Purloin Shiny is not... Oh. Oh, we got an Alpha Purloin. Or a Liepard. Let's go. That doesn't add anything. Hey guys, what's up? I'll come in here to check if these guys are shiny, but we are going to flee. I really don't want a Houndour or Houndour shiny. So yeah. Okay, we're calm. Alright, so it's not a new Alpha or a new Pokemon because the Shalfa took care of all of that. But we did get an Alpha Liepard, so all that's left would be a Shiny Purloin or Shiny Sandile and Krokorok, because if I go over to them... Where do they show up in the Pokedex? Here they are. I do have a Shiny Sandile, but I do not have a Krokorok. So yeah. Krokorok, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so this has got us a Shalfa and 2 Alphas we did not have. That's not bad for the little donut. Oh, shoot. Okay. I want to try to find... I need to reset. That's why I'm trying to find a chill place to calm down. There we go. So I can fly reset, and the thing I'm most looking for now is a shiny Purloin. Purloin is not that great of a shiny. It is noticeable. It goes from that light purple to a very dark purple. Like, that's its color change. Unlike Lipard, that goes from a... Oh, shoot. That goes from a purple to a burgundy. No shiny here. These guys are yellow. I could just look. I don't need to run in. I'm an idiot. There we go. But yeah, pretty much, unlike the burgundy Lipard gets, Purloin goes from a bright purple to a dark purple is the best way to describe its shiny. Or maybe a purple to a blue could be another way, but yeah. Sandile turns yellow, as you saw. Krokorok, it turns yellow also. So yeah, all we can do right now is reset for a Purloin. And once that's done, we can just run and check on Sandile, Krokorok for more of those. You know? Fortunately, that's a lot of aggressive cats. None of them are shiny. Oh. Every time I go to say, man, I got all the Pokeballs. Every time. There always has to be one left, huh? Yep, I should have just... As soon as I saw the red thing disappear, I need to be ready to pause and reset. But yeah, all we can get out of here now are shinies. Shiny Purloin and shiny Sandile, Krokorok, and Angry Kitty. I don't need more Houndours or Houndoom shiny. So if I see one, I'll catch it. But I'm really not even looking at them, if I'm honest. See, but after I missed that Pokeball, now I'm wondering if I missed another one. Stop getting tormented. Uh-oh, they're down here at the base. Dude, he's getting swaggered, he's getting tormented. Poor little guy just can't, you know, Mewtwo's having a tough day. And this was a, by the way, this proves, this was just an alpha donut, not a shiny donut. So if you have a shiny that spawns at the beginning of anything, you can still catch a shiny Pokemon as a challenge. Even if, oh, that's an alpha. Even if you do not have sparkling power. You can see it right here. This video is proof you can get that without needing to... I don't know what I'm doing. I started talking and I got distracted and now I'm stuck. Send help. Oh, I wanted to come up here and look to see if there's any more Pokeballs hidden. That's what I want to do, and I don't see any, so good. So, any over by the blockade? I never checked this blockade. There is one. See? I'm glad I came over here to check. There is one right here. Because obviously, why I still want to break these balls to try to get berries. Shuka berry right there. See, I mean, I got some XL candy and a Shuka. Alright. But yeah, all we can do for now is reset for shiny Purloin, shiny Krokorok, and shiny Sandile. Right? Dude, I still can't believe Shalfa Lipard. Man. I reset so long for a Shalfa in a wild zone, and then I immediately find one in hyperspace. I can't be mad though. Not to mention, I quite like Lipard's design. It's a cute Pokemon. It's a cat that stayed on all fours. And most importantly, its shiny is a burgundy. And not to get to, like, you know, one of my mom's favorite colors is burgundy. So for me, it, you know, it's like, you know, mom like it. You know, it's nice because I grew up with a lot of burgundy. You know. So yeah, there's some things like that that makes me think about her and everything, so that's nice, you know. I love my mom. I'll do some else stuff right now. Oh, I got spotted. Oh, none of them are yellow. Okay, I can reset. As soon as I see it, I need to pause. I need to be alert. See, fireworks have been going non-stop for the last few hours. I have a little bit of a headache. I do find it weird that Purloin stands on 2 feet. I think it's cuter when it goes down to all 4s, personally. It also feels like it's suited to be more like that because of how it's designed. You know, it's kind of designed to like be seated on all 4s, so yeah. But yeah, as I said, the bright purple you see on the... Oh. Hey guys. Run. Shiny? Wait. Oh, that's not shiny. It's just like yellow. It looked really yellow to me for a split second, but that's just the lighting. Ah, he's trying to lick me. And trying to slash me. No, Mewtwo. Moment of peace and calm. There we go. Well, I wanted Alpha Liepard for a little bit. Now I have too. But yeah, so like you can still get that catch a shiny challenge, even if you do not have sparkling power. That is not tied to it. The only thing it is tied to is if a shiny spawns the first time you enter the portal. Anywhere in the portal. Wow, those are some big rocks. Alright, let's keep moving. Actually, I'm gonna go all the way up here for one reason. Because I want to take a look at Liepard shiny, or the Shalfa. It was such a hectic moment that I really didn't get appreciated that much. Let me take a moment to appreciate it, even in the hyperspace. Look at it. It's so cute. Oh, but could you imagine having a house cat this size? Dude. And we'll look at it at a hyperspace too. Because hyperspace does have like a tint to it sometimes. So yeah, we'll look at it out in the real world. But yeah, like I said, it's tough to describe Purloin shiny. I think the best way to describe it would be it's a bright light purple and its shiny is a dark bluish purple. Right? Like I think that's the best way to describe it. It's like it's a bluish purple. Also, technically, its eye shield thing changes from pink to the original purple it has on its body, which is a bright purple, which is different from Liepard's because Liepard's thing, like eye mask thing, stays pink on the outside. Meanwhile, Purloin shiny does change. It's kind of weird. Did I just get another shiny Liepard? That's not yellow. Let me reset. What in the world just happened? Let me pause also. I need to pause so I can... I just got another shiny Liepard. This isn't a sparkling donut. What's going on? Why am I getting like... so lucky? That's... yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so hold on. Let me drop a save really quick. So you can see it here. Alpha power 2, resistance power, special defense power. And now we have an extra one, by the way. 4 best and fantastic is amazing. 3 best and all pretty good here for that alpha. This is just an extra Liepard. So this goes into the extra box. Dang, man. That's amazing. But the problem about that is now that has taken a spawn away. So the chances of me getting shiny Purloin is decreased. Do I really need to stress about shiny Purloin? No, I can eventually get it. I mean, I've got 2 Liepards. I just noticed it out of the corner of my eye. I was like, wait, that thing's not purple. I would very much love a shiny Purloin so I can get that evolution line done. But nice thing is about Purloin is it does show up in dark 1 stars. So I could always just go into a dark 1 star with a donut and try to find a good one where I can just reset for it if I don't get it here. I mean, I am not shiny hunting here. I have just gotten very lucky with a Shalpa and a shiny. My main goal was alphas. Right? That's the whole point. I came here to try to get more alphas, try to help the decks along. Oh, crap, they're all alpha. Run. Dude, can I just say the yellow lighting is really making me think these guys are yellow. Dude, killer cats everywhere. Thankfully, they're not as quick as the Liepard, so I can actually outrun them. But yeah, I mean, I can't complain. And I think here, all I'm resetting is the Purloin and the Liepards, and I don't even know if I'm reaching the Sandiles / Croc Rock. I truly don't know. Ow. Dude, I'm just happy. Can I just say, 4th of July, I couldn't really get to sleep because of how much noise it was, so it's 2 a.m. And, you probably won't hear it. I have a shotgun microphone, so it's not gonna pick it up that easily. Also, I have stuff to kind of try to damper it, so yeah. One bad part about a shotgun microphone is you hear everything in front of you. You hear the clicking, you hear, you know, but everything else, all the other sounds you won't hear. So it's good for that. I do need to kind of shoot. I do kind of need to noise gate it to try to stop the clicking. But the clicking is very much a... What's the best way I can describe it? Like, it doesn't really pick it up when I'm just chilling, I'm kind of playing as is. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm relaxed, everything's good. But when I'm impatient, or when I start to get panic or frizzled, or, you know, that's when you hear it. When I'm spamming it to be like, fly, 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 or save, 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 you'll hear it because I'm repeatedly smashing it. But like, right, like if you hear me moving around, I can click it right now. You're not hearing it. Oh, I got stuck on the wall. So yeah, it's one of those things. Also, sometimes I hold it up higher to my, I don't want to say chest, but sometimes, like, if I'm just kind of typing stuff, I'll sometimes hold it up versus having it low. Right? Like, sometimes I'll have it, like, under the desk so you guys can't hear it. Or sometimes if I'm, like, super locked in, you'll hear me sit up and I bring it a little bit higher up and that's closer to the microphone so you hear it. Yeah. Uh-oh. Took my hand off the thing. I was trying to grab my drink and my hand went straight off the control and I was like, ah. 2 shiny Liepards, man. That's crazy. And see, here's the nice thing about getting these guys shiny now. I had to complete all my seasonal challenges before... Oh, kitty cat, why? I was just about to try to explain something and the cat was like, you know what? Violence. I choose violence. Unfortunately, it is not a Purloin, it's a Liepard chasing me. And those guys are not kind. They will pursue you to the end of your days. I was about to fall off, I just saved myself. I should check up here in case I randomly have a shiny. It's weird to see this back part so empty. And I've also never seen the barricade to the right side of over there before. It's kind of weird, like over there, yeah. Hi guys. Let's keep moving. And those guys are shiny. I really don't want a shiny Houndour or Houndoom. Oh, there's a Pokeball here. He's not gonna reach it from there. Can he Earth Power it? You too. Ice beam it. Thank you. A Shuka, a Rakan. Okay, so not bad. Yeah, I wasted a lot of time doing that. I don't know. I had a feeling I hadn't seen another Pokeball. And yeah, I'm glad I checked. Glad I checked. But yeah, now we know there's no other shiny on the map. Ooh, I heard an alpha to the right. Or to the, yeah, to the left, I mean. But yeah. Yeah, shiny Purloin would be awesome. I'm not expecting it though. Oh shoot. None of those guys are bright enough. That sun hitting the back of that one Sandile is constantly throwing me off. But yeah, we got 2 Lipards, a Shalpa, and a regular. So yeah. By the way, guys, if you ever see me live and you want one of those extras I have, reach out to me, man. Like, come hang out at a stream. I'll probably give you it. It's only count for the alphas. Shalpas will be given, like, this only counts for extra shinies. Any extra Shalpas will be giveaway. Oh, unfortunately, I'm being chased by Big Cat now. Shiny? Nope. Okay, keep moving. And unfortunately, there's 2 Lipards there, which means I will be chased to the ends of the earth. Oh, dude, they're still chasing me? What the hell? I'm all the way up here. Okay, they stopped. I think they stopped as soon as I got up here, but dang. Oh, I didn't see him there. He didn't see me. He didn't see me. Alright, let's reset. Yeah, if there's a shiny Houndour or Houndoom I missed, I gotta be honest with y'all, I don't care. You know what's funny? I'm not Southern, but I realize, oh shoot. I'm actually originally from Cali. But here's the thing, right? I say no shiny? No shiny, okay. I say y'all randomly. And I'm not country or Southern or anything like that. But y'all comes out of my mouth a lot, and it's weird. And it's like, I don't have any family from the South either. Like, I'm originally from California, and my other family's from the, you know, East Coast. But, like, Pennsylvania, like, you know, Northeast. Not, you know. And while I'm part Hispanic, that shouldn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, I don't know why. It just, you'll hear it a lot. And for some reason, y'all is a part of my freaking thing. And you know what's funny? I just like country music. I really don't like country music that much. Like, I don't know where I picked it up. I don't know why I say it. I just do. Sorry, I didn't see its eyelashes, and I thought it was purple for a second. So, yeah. You see how they're pink? They would be like a purple, and its body would be a bluish purple compared to a regular purple. Yeah, right now, any shiny that pops up, I barely have time to catch it. So, yeah. Oh, well, that thing locked onto me. I'll go play with the Sandiles. Hey guys, how you doing? Hi, Croc Rock. Alright, what a good donut that was. And remember, our whole point of this is to get alphas. Our Alpha Mega Adventure Pokedex is 74 out of 112. Like, I want to get it up there near the 80s. I want to look at that and be like, okay, we have 32 left. Try to get it down to, you know. So let me bring out the shiny Lipard again. Here we go. There it is. Look how beautiful it is. Me and my giant house cat just rocking around. Yeah, beautiful shiny. Has much more of a red tone into it than anything. But you can see its mask stays pink. Well, this will change to pink to purple. It's weird. But here's the thing, right? We actually need to go and reset a save point here. Oh yeah, that's right. I threw that one Pokeball purely in panic into the ground. Thank you. Or not in the ground, but into a angry kitty cat. So yeah, hopefully we can go and find some more alphas, but only time will tell. I just hard saved. I meant to go heal and save. So we are essentially creating a backup save here. And we are going to go make another donut. Remember, we are looking for alpha. I'm not looking for perfect donuts. And truth be told, maybe I should use a donut that doesn't last as long. Especially if I'm just going for alphas. So let's use some other stuff. Because I can get a lot of these Pokemon in 1 or 2 stars. Versus needing going for 3 or 4. Like, I should really save any Haban. There's Chople, there's obviously like Oka and Pasture. You know, let's just burn to these Oka berries. And then 2 Chople. It's only a 4-star. But let's see what we get. As long as there's Alpha Power or Shining or Sparkling. I said Shining Power. My God. I used to play the TCG back when there was Shining cards, and for some reason I say Shining a lot. Sparkling Power Steel 1. Okay, hold on a minute. What Steel Pokemon would I need? I have a thing up. I'm gonna open up the Steel type Wild Zones. So, it's only 1. Teensy Power and Fairy. What would I look for? Klefki, maybe? Klefki and Honedge? Tinkatink? Tinkatink and Honedge? Tinkatink and Klefki? Oh, there's a Tinkatink Honedge Klefki. Could also go after Shiny Meowth. See, this would be a pure Shiny. I don't like that enough. So we are, you can see up in the corner it says 2:17 a.m. I wasn't kidding about not being able to sleep. But we'll reset this. I think Sparkling Power 1 is fine. I think I'm only going to accept Alpha or Sparkling. Oh shoot, is that only going to be the lowest it can get? Shoot, I didn't think about that. Because I need to get Sparkling 3. I think I need like, what? 420? Oh shoot, I forgot to load from the backup save. I was so busy talking. My instinct to just press A to get into the game took over. See, this is one of the things I need to do. I need to actually, like, when I'm booting up, I need to remember reset mode. I'm in reset mode. And off camera, it's much easier. On camera or on recording, my brain is in just go, go, go mode, right? So, yeah. Not the best of modes at all. But that's all right. You know, I think you can get Sparkling 3 out of 420. I think it is. I think 420 is the minimum you need to hit. So, yeah, I need to make sure I watch what number I'm hitting. But yeah, I do need to also go after other berries, so there might be another berry episode coming soon. But I'll prep those beforehand because I'm looking for very particular things. So let's do like 4 Chople. That gets us to 220, sweet. And what about Oka? That gets us to 460. I think that's fine. I think we'll do that. Sparkling normal. I actually will take 2. Any Sparkling Power or Alpha Power. So normal is a little bit of a tough one. Okay, so I need a reset. So we're actually going to go back to Wild Zone 5 and try to reset there. Yeah. So let me go to normal Pokemon. 1 stars are going to be tough. Well, I could try to get a Bunnelby that way. I said Bunzelby. That's funny. Meowth. I could go for Meowth. I do need Shiny Meowth. I also need Alpha Meowth, but that won't boost, you know. Okay, just making sure. I've run down in that sewer so long, but it affects nothing else. So Meowth going after shiny, with how much time I should have from this donut, I might be able to just reset for an alpha too. Meowth is one. Oh, there's a Meowth one that has a Bunnelby too. Maybe I'll do both of those. Oh, there's the Squawkabilly colors. I do need all the different Squawkabilly. Ooh, that's an Alpha Bunny. Let's not piss him off. Let's go over here and check our buddy. Okay. Any normal. Oh, normal 2. Okay, so hold on. Let me check which normal 2 this is. I see Bunnelby, I see Watchhog, I see Patrat. That could be the one with Baneri. That could be a couple of them. But none of them have a Pokemon I really need or want. Oh, Kecleon. I don't think this is worth it. That's Psychic. Okay. I want to reset again. Because I already have so many Kangaskhan's, it's not worth it. Right? And looking at that 4-star one, that is just what we saw on the cover, right? Kecleon's cool, and I will need a shiny Kecleon, but this is not the donut to do it for. You know, later on, if I'm trying to get something specific, I will. Let's come over here and check our buddy. If that guy's ever shiny, I'm chilling. I'm happy. See, now the question is am I gonna hate myself for rejecting that last one? You know. Now, I obviously off camera, if I'm resetting for like donuts for something like, if I'm off camera, off recording, and I'm resetting donuts to try to get a hunting one or for like a berry hunt, I will look and try to get at least 2 out of the 3 I like. It doesn't have to be flawless. It does have to have 2 out of the 3 that I like. Okay, so normal 4-star here. Huh. That's a fusion. I really want to do. Hold on, let me look at this 4-star normal. Why is he there? Alright, so with Pidgeotto, Helioptile, and Helios, I forgot they kept their normal typing. So here's the problem. With that combination, the only other Pokemon I see that spawns with him is Cyclizard. I don't think I want to do that just because I don't have like a 5-star long time, like perfect donut. And 4 and 5 stars I will only use on good donuts. I'm looking for 1 star with Meowth, I can't talk, Meowth and Bunnelby. Or the, or with the Squawkabillies. I will go 2-star if it at least has Pokemon I need. Oh, wait. Why aren't you shiny? Dude. You need to be shiny, you hear me? Guys, that bunny, if it was shiny, yeah, not shiny. That bunny was shiny, that would have saved everything. I had to go over and yell at him. Let me exit out of this. Good, nothing shiny over there, alright. It's weird to say, okay. Alright, so here's one that's weird. I do need Farfetch'd, but this is just solely Farfetch'd, and that's it. That's also a no for me. There are Farfetch'd and Eevee ones that can appear, which I will take, but I have every single Pokemon here shiny besides Farfetch'd. I need at least 2 Pokemon, because this donut is not a alpha reset have a good time donut. This is you get down and try to shiny hunt donut only. You know, with alpha donuts I'm a little bit more open. There's also Zangoose that can appear with Eevee. I need 2 Pokemon I can kind of go after. And so we're talking Bunnelby and Meowth. Bunnelby and Starly, I still think I need those shinies. The Squawkabillies. The, Oh wait, I do need Starly Shiny, huh? Hold on a minute. Do I need the Starly's Alpha too? No, I don't. I got the whole line. I do need them Shiny though. In this game, I technically already have multiple Shiny Starly, Staravian, Staraptors. But you know what I mean. So I need to keep my mind open. That is a horrible one. Doesn't even matter who the third Pokemon is. That is just... Oh wait, there's a 2-star over here. That's the same thing it was just a second ago, dude. Not worth it. Yeah, like, I'll keep my mind open, but I need at least 2 Pokemon I can hunt. So, like, I need a DLC Mon and a Bunnelby. Or a DLC Mon and Eevee. Or a DLC Mon and, you know... Or 2 DLC Mons. Now, trust me, I do plan to eventually have to start making good donuts to save for the legendaries. And I plan to make good donuts for the 5 stars, right? Like the Porygon 2Z, the Evolution ones, right? Like I have planned for those donuts too, to make copies of, or make good donuts. Ooh, that's an alpha. So I can have it ready. Normal. And I'm only doing pure normal. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Nope, that's similar problem. Oh, hold on a minute. So it's not the best one. But I do need Starly Shiny. And I do need Bunnelby Shiny. So I think I will go with that one. So I need as many shiny Starlies as possible. They're brown, that's very obviously. Bunnelby turns white, that's very obvious. If we face on a Fletchling, I'm going to be beyond mad. But it is what it is. Can I get another Aspear Berry? No, okay. I just kept getting Aspear Berries. I was like, what the heck? Paralyzed Seal. Aspear Berry. Okay, we're back to the berries. Please, video game. You're treating me well so far, and I love you for that. Please. No no, give me Starly Bunnelby, no Fletchling. Shiny Starly Bunnelby, no Fletchling. Now, obviously, there's no new Pokemon I can get here, so this is complete the tasks and go after shinies. Now, I'm hoping there's a shiny right off the bat, and it's Starly or Bunnelby. We'll find out. Catch Pokemon undetected. No, so there's not no shiny. I am, however, going to just catch some of these Fletchlings right off the bat. Okay. So that's done. Hey, Mewtwo. Okay, so I need to go get sparkling items and Pokeballs. This is low enough where I might actually be able to just get away with like Great Balls and junk. Now, are any of these Pokemon skittish? Find out. No, they seem interested. Bunnelby, are you aggressive? Oh yeah, you are. I forgot about that. Okay, let's pop that open. Okay, I need to pick up more sparkling items. I have plenty of time, but the sooner I do this, the more efficient I'll be. I need 2 more sparkling items. Wondering if there's anything. Okay, there's one. Anything up here? You two, can you stop just going places and getting stuck, buddy? Oh, there we go. Now, this is a 1-star, so I'm not expecting anything good or any good berries or etc, etc. Wait. I don't need to go all the way up there. I just have to get to that level and then I should be able to lock onto it. And also bell. Oh, there's a sparkling item right here. Nice. Okay, so where's the golden ball going to appear? Probably in that far right corner. Yep. This should reach. You two. I hate you. Alright, let's try this again, Mewtwo. Side strike. Batcha and XL, that's not too bad. So, I barely wasted any time despite being super inefficient. Okay, some junk berries. So here's the thing, right? Right now I'm in a situation where all I need is shinies out of this, right? Now, Fletchling is not one I want to come across. But Starly is very easy. His body turns completely brown from his grayish, you know. Meanwhile, Bunnelby turns very white. He gets red eyes. He becomes like a. You gotta keep an eye out for stuff, but let's reset a little bit. He becomes like an albino bunny. He gets red eyes. All his brown accents go white. He should be very obvious. And I think I'm resetting almost everything here, so I could just reset forever. But I do also want to try to keep an eye out, because if I see a Starly, I need as many shiny Starlies as possible. But I guess I can probably pop in and find them in other things too. Like, it's not the end of the world right now, but like, yeah, so Bunnelby, I just need one more and I'm done. And then all I need after that is... So I'm so afraid of phasing on a stupid Fletchling. You know what? I may not even catch the Fletchlings. Let them spawn. Oh, not him. Okay, we're gonna reset really quick. Yeah, so I don't need anything else here alpha, which sucks. So I am just shiny hunting. Yeah, I guess I should just reset. See, I feel bad though for like certain episodes like this, because it's like I'm resetting and just resetting like this is kind of boring, right? But yeah. So obviously, finding a shiny Starly would be massive. That would bring our shiny Mega Dimension Pokedex up from 13 to 14. But if I could find 3, I could get us up to 16 out of 117, which is pretty nice. Bunnelby, on the other hand, is a completely different story. Finding him would take the shiny ZA Pokedex up to 114. Now, if I take 227, which is how many shiny Pokemon you can get from the ZA base dex, right? Because the legendaries don't count. And I divide that by half, you get 113.5. So halfway is not feasible. You can't get 113 and a half shinies. Oh, there's a Alpha Starly. That'd be cool. That would have been a cool Shalpa. But, because then, you know, Shalpa Staraptor. But if I can get one more shiny and it crosses that 114 mark, I can never get exactly halfway. I can never hit the exact halfway point. I can either be under halfway, which it's where I'm at right now with 113 out of 227. But one more shiny, aka Bunnelby in this case, I cross over to 114 out of 227. And that's big to me. Because then when I say we are halfway done with the shiny ZA Pokedex, that, you know, if I say, oh, we're almost halfway, that doesn't hit as hard as saying we're over halfway. Let's run around and see if there's a shiny. Because also I'm already bored while resetting. This is the one thing about these low ones, is I'll get bored really quick. Obviously none of those bundle VR, so let's just reset. But yeah, so like ultimately that's big. Now, I do want to talk about something else. Now this is something I don't talk about much, but it is something I thought I should bring up, right? There is Pokemon we are still missing from home. A lot of them are like gender specific ones, and Pokemon that I actually ended up keeping for some reason or another. Like for some reason I kept an Alolan Meowth in my Sun and Moon game and I never brought him over. Because I think it was because of like Payday or something stupid like that. I don't remember. Anyway, so I'm like missing a Alolan Meowth. Obviously we already have a Alolan Meowth here, that's not a problem. We are missing a female Meganium. I only have had male Meganiums and female starters are hard to get. But I can easily try to hunt a female Meganium. So there are Pokemon we are missing. Some are things like the Spinda that I've already sent from 3DS, so I can remove that. There's some things that are in this game that I just never brought over. For Pokemon Violet, I need to go find a female Ambipom. Actually, I think I already did get a female Ambipom. I need to track that. But yeah, some things are like things I just never brought over. Yamask, a regular Yamask, never brought that over. I need to try to find a male Roserade in this game because I'm, missing it. There's some Pokemon I didn't bring over stupidly enough for some reason. And so there's still so much more beyond what Pokemon Premier Journey is. Like I said, I so very rarely talk about it. Let's run around and see if there's a shiny. I don't think there is. Nope. Alright, but there's so much more to it. And I very rarely bring up the series goals. But the series goals is something we will talk about more. Because our first goal is obviously to complete the Pokedex. And that's something that I'm missing like 12 Pokemon. Some of them are Pokemon that, like in some cases, I just either never got, like Zarude. Some are Pokemon that I don't fully count as in the Pokedex because I don't have it in my name. Like, Koraidon is not in my name, so I do not count that. Gouging Fire and Raging Bolt are not in my game, so I do not count that. I'm missing a lot of form stuff, but I'm also missing certain Pokemon in general. And some of them are kind of crazy. Zeraora, think that I can catch in this game. Don't have it. I do not have a regular Cosmoem. I just never ended up evolving to keep it a Cosmoem, so that's something I need to do. I am missing a Volcanion, funny enough, never brought him over. I believe that's who I'm missing. I mentioned Yamask, I never brought over a Yamask, but I have Galarian Yamask, which is the same Pokedex, so like technically I have one. There's some things like that, like the Roserade male, I technically have Roserade, but I don't have that. So there's still Form Dex Pokemon and gender different stuff that also is counted. I guess that's a sneak peek of level 2, so I guess now level 2 is complete the Form Dex. But yeah, there's so much more to Pokemon Premier Journey. And ZA is just a scratching of it. There's a lot of Pokemon to shiny on here. But once we are done with ZA, once we get every shiny here, once we are done, Pokemon Premier Journey doesn't end or wait for 10 gen. The next step is to go and try to fill out the dex as much as possible. Now, some of the Pokemon here we have already gotten shiny. Right? That's the thing. When it comes to the shiny aspect of it, I already have dozens of shinies, right? I already have shiny Magikarp, shiny Gyarados. I already have shiny Onix or Starly or Staravia or Staraptor. I have, there's a lot of Pokemon I have shiny. And so it comes down to like, at what point, so it's kind of, yeah. But also, I also want to make sure I try to get shinies in my name. I do accept event Pokemon. I just realized I'm not resetting. I'm sitting here talking. I should be resetting while I'm talking. But like a certain event shinies are the only way to get certain Pokemon shiny. Some legendary shiny, right? And so I will never say, oh, they all have to be in my name, because some of them are event exclusives where you can only get them in that other name. So, yeah. Nobody looks shiny. So, yeah. I mean, we are sparkling power too, but let's see what the shiny odds are. I can keep resetting. Legend ZA shiny odds. So with a sparkling sandwich 2, we should be 1 in 638.08. So 639. So let's say 639. And how many Pokemon do we have here? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I think I see. So if we divide that by 12, that means every 54 resets we should get a shiny. Now, so help me, if we get a Fletchling, I'm just going to let it exist. I'm not going to catch it. I don't need more Fletchling, and I'm kind of sick of them. And I think it's time I take a... I think I see a shiny Starly. I think I see a... I can't talk. I can't talk, man. See a shiny Starly. No, there we go. Okay, I wrote it down. I think I saw it. Yes, I did. Great ball, go. There we go. Okay, let's reset back. So we got shiny Starly. Perfect. So that is a new shiny. It would help if I had my thing up. Shiny for the new Mega Dimension Pokédex, or it's shiny for the Mega Dimension Pokédex. So that brings us to 14 out of 117. So, oh yeah, I forgot I caught these Fletchlings. Let me get rid of them. All right, so this shiny, 3 or 4 pretty good, but a no good. So this might stay our Starly forever. But boom, right? Look at that. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, honestly, I'm glad I got Starly. But is it stupid that I want Bunnelby more? That I have not got a shiny Bunnelby in so long. Like, I mean, in this game, I need a shiny Bunnelby to complete the shiny ZA Pokédex. But also pushes me over 114. And yeah. I just need to reset. But yeah, we got a shiny, so no matter what, this sandwich led to a shiny. Now, hopefully, we can get at least 2 shinies. With how long this sandwich lasts, plus Sparkling Power 2, I would assume a second shiny is due. But yeah, no, let me talk about this since we have some time. When ZA gets done, we are then going to we are going to start using Pokemon Premier Journey as a different platform. It will become going after Pokemon, shiny hunting, form hunting, stuff like that, right? We'll be going after very specific Pokemon in any game we can. Now, obviously, if a Pokemon is only available in... okay. That was weird, but whatever. It's a Pokemon that can only be obtained in a previous generation. So for one good example was Spinda. You cannot transfer Spinda because of all of its things from a Switch game to home. So there's no way to transfer Spinda from BDSP to Pokemon Home. But I have my 3DS. I went on to Omega Ruby. Sorry, not Omega Ruby. I did SOS chaining in Ultra Moon. Right? I think that's what I did. Yeah. I went into... Or was it regular mode? Hold on. Is that what I did? Yeah, it was Ultra Moon. Oh shoot. Dude, look how yellow that Fletchling is. He's like old gold compared to the Fletchling Sweezy. I'll catch it. What? No, you know what? No. Yeah, let's catch it. I mean, why not? It's there. I'll feel bad if I leave it. I do love Talonflame. I really do. This game, I wish there was more birds. I think the thing that hurt this game more than anything is how little diversity there is. Why does that thing look more golden than regular? You know? Hey, 3 pretty good fantastics. Unfortunately, the fletchlings need at least a vest. But there we go. Yeah, why did that thing look way more golden than the fletchlings in the overworld? Maybe it's because its wings were open and flapping and I could see it. Right? That probably makes sense. Alright, let's go back to resetting. But as I was saying, yeah, Ultra Moon went in there and SOS battled. Used Trevenant straps, you know, normal stuff, and got Spinda, because you can't transfer even regular Spinda. Now, I already had regular Spinda, I just didn't transfer it, but I got a shiny Spinda and transferred that. And so certain Pokemon that are trapped behind certain games, right? Like, let me just use an example. Let me go through the list I have of some of the stuff, right? Let's go Alolan Meowth. Okay, we already had that in Legends ZA. Whatever. But I haven't transferred to home yet, so it's not checked off. Meganium female, I can hunt for here. Again, not the end of the world. Apom female. Okay, I don't know if I'm actually missing that anymore. But, you know, that's available in Violet. Cool. Some stuff is ZA only. Some things I need to get specific, like female, like I need female melodic. Actually, I don't even know what the gender one I have in here. Vivillon patterns, I have to do that in Go for the most part, and resetting my nation or nationality or whatever on 3DS. You know, I'm missing, I think, defense form Deoxys. I think I'm missing like 2 forms of Deoxys. I can't remember. I don't have them listed here. I'm missing like Poipole. I'm missing a regular Poipole, but I plan to replay through Ultra Moon, and also replay through Ultra Sun, or buy Ultra Sun and play it. So yeah, I'm gonna get like stuff like, you know, stuff like that. There's some stuff I'm missing, right? And it's not the end of the world. But yeah. I mean, we got 2 shinies out of this. We got Starly and Fletchling, but the Fletchling shiny doesn't really count in my opinion. Like, I want a shiny that I can actually be happy about. I want another Starly. I want a Bunnelby, right? I mean, we got 1 Starly. Can we get 1 more Starly? Or I'd prefer the Bunnelby. That Bunnelby. Oh, yo, that's a big Fletchling. A shiny Bunnelby would be so big. Because like I said, it's more than just a shiny for the numbers. It's the fact that Bunnelby is something, if I can get shiny, I can start worrying about it, because it is a shiny I worry about. I haven't seen one yet, and yeah, some shinies are supposed to be rare. A little bunny should not be, right? But, you know, but also, like I said, that number, it moves us over halfway, and I can start saying more positively, oh, we are over halfway done with the shiny ZA Pokédex. And that feels so good to say. Right now, I correctly say we are under halfway, and that is true. We are under halfway, and that's all we're at right now. That's big. 113 out of 227 is massive. But it's not over half. It's not saying something with a super positive tone. It's like, almost there, guys, you know? So, yeah. But... Is it wrong that I know there's all these birds, but my eye snaps to the 2 rabbits? Now, I love Bunnelby, because I love rabbits, right? And adorable rabbits are totally my thing. And that's one of the reasons almost any rabbit Pokemon, you will see me fall in love with it. Except Diggersby, because I get the nature behind it, but it's just not a nice looking creature. Doesn't look that great, but yeah. And then yeah, Starly just turns completely brown. that won't be too hard to miss. And even if I don't notice it initially, as soon as I get close to any brown, you know, brown kind of stands out quite a bit here. So, you know, because we have red, we have gray, we have white, or brown over there technically with the bumblebee like tips. But white will super stand out over there. Because it'll just look so pale. But, yeah. I am... Dude, look how little time has ticked off. Yeah, this is gonna last a while. This, I may not have... I should have used this good of a donut on here. That is a flaw. And there's no other Pokemon that spawn like on the outside. So there's no way for me to like phase or miss anything like elsewhere. Or not phase, but just miss on anything elsewhere. Everything that is spawnable here. Shoot. I bet if I got lucky enough, I could make everything on the screen shiny. Yeah, if I could get a Bunnelby and another Starly shiny, and I got nothing else shiny for the rest of it, I would actually be okay. I'd be very happy. Oh, look at that. That is a Alpha Starly. Not a shiny. But, yeah. So, Pokemon Premier Journey, once this is done, we'll go on more of a bounty hunter kind. Not a bounty hunter system, but like a wanted system. We'll go more after Pokemon we need. More Pokemon that will help fill up home. Because I would like to get as close as I can to my complete dream of a like shiny form living dex and get it as close as possible before Gen 10. Because Gen 10 is going to add a bunch of new things. And who knows? There may be Pokemon. Dang, that is a big alpha. I just couldn't see what color it was from distance. Okay. So it wasn't shiny. But that means every spawn, I think, is back now, thankfully. So I am resetting fully on the Starlies. But yeah, the nice thing here is it's like once we get to a certain point in the form decks, our goal will be to chase just that. We'll chase specific Pokemon. And once we are done, it picks right back up again to Gen 10. Any new game that comes out and introduces new forms, introduces new things, we'll add. And we can always go for different things. Right? Like one thing I haven't added yet, but I'm thinking about it, is making a separate category for Pokemon that are trained to use very specific Mega Evolution or to go G-Max or, you know, etc., etc. You know, and if they ever bring back Z moves or stuff like that, it might be helpful. Have that stuff. Oh, Bunnelby. Why do you pay me so? Why? Why won't you be honey? Yeah, you know what's one thing I should do that would stop me from phasing? Is if I killed this, killed everything, or well, I guess I was about to say that such a dumb way. I was gonna say, oh, let's just kill everything that isn't a Starly or a Bunnelby. That just is Fletchling. Fletchling's the only thing left. If I knock out all the Fletchlings, it'll take 5 minutes to reset for them, give or take. But if I just if I just reset, that timer only counts like when I am actually in this screen right here. This screen, the reset screen here, all of this stuff, it does not trigger on. So to not phase, I could just kill all the birds. But I like Fletchling and I'd feel bad if I did that. So I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to make things super logically easy on myself. Sometimes I'm going to suffer. And see, it's an alpha now because it knew what I was planning and it's like, no, do not kill us. And I'm like, I won't, buddy, we're good. Come on, Bunnelby, please. Because once Bunnelby's done, all I need is Starlies. I'm so happy at that point. And even if I only get one Starly, that really doesn't matter to me because there's always Staraptor and Staraptor I can get in later and deeper ones like 3 and 4 stars. So like, if I don't get another Starly, another Fletchling, okay, cool. As long as I get one of these 2 rabbits, then I'm chill. Oh man. But I mean, can I just talk about how crazy this was? Right? The last few episodes, you got some great shinies. But to get a Lipard, a Shalfa one right out the bat, and then to get a regular Lipard, get a bunch of alphas we need, right? Which is probably more important. And then Starly, that's a new one. Fletchlings, whatever, but it's still a shiny, you know? You know, it's just like, by the way, that Shalfa Lipard completely threw me for a loop. Yeah. See, I wish this was a slightly bigger map because with how much time we have left, I wish I could just like reset a different way, like one around. That's one thing, like no matter how much I run around, nothing is despawning here. The only way to reset stuff is fly resetting. And this is gonna, if I just kept, like, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I just kept doing this, all right, let me get into my reset mode. Okay, if I just do this, right, and you'll hear me spamming the thing because I have it off to the side. So like, usually I do like spam stuff like this when I'm Shalfa hunting in wall zones. I'll enter this mode where it's like, oh, I'm editing something with one hand, the other hand is automatically start, click, click, start, click, click, or start, move, click, click. And I'm just using one hand to do this. I could do this forever. But you know what? This donut lasts so long that if I did that, we'd be here for hours. And I'd rather like run around, mess around a little bit. Yeah, I could see the Pokemon from here. I really could. But it's tough, man. Like this is... Oh man, this is real tough. Like again, I wish this was a medium-sized map because then I could just run around and check different things. But yeah, you know. But also, like, I could also be resetting this properly and probably getting more shinies in general than what I'll get. But yeah. The nice thing though is when it comes down to shiny hunting, we still have a lot of shiny Mega Dimension Pokemon, right? And why a couple of those, 5 of them are legendaries, right? So we're right now, if you don't count the 5 legendaries, we're 14 out of 112. With the legendaries, that's 14 out of 117, which is the number I have. But, you know, hunting and shiny hunting, even ZA Pokemon get easier in this hyperspace, right? And that is something that helps. Now, some Pokemon will be a pain to hunt and will take multiple tries. Some Pokemon, if I don't want to, and let's use a really good example, right? Let's use a amazing example of mine, right? Let's say I do not want to go the route of trying to trade this Pokemon, right? Let's say I get a shiny Porygon, right? And I don't, you know, I have people I can trust and trade with, thankfully. But let's say I wanted a shiny Porygon Z. I have one option where I can make a super good, awesome donut that is 5-star, that'll be super lasting, and get a 5-star space with Porygon, Porygon 2, and Porygon Z. And then I can shiny hunt that. But I could also just, you know, and where does Porygon first appear in for normal? I think it's 2-star that he first premieres in, right? Scrolling down the list right now, because I think 1-star has the Squawk abilities. I think it's 2-star with Porygon first appears. There's the Eevee, Zangoose, Farfetch'd. No, it's 3-star then. There's Persian Meowth, Graphite Eye, Trudol, Indeedee. Here we go, Porygon, yeah, 3 stars. So, like, if I have somebody I can trust, I can just go and hunt Porygon with a normal, you know, like, shiny sandwich. Shiny sandwich, oh my god, shiny, donut, sparkling donut. And go in and just try to catch one in a 3-star versus dealing with that 5-star and trading. So it's kind of a mixed bag of... Oh, why is there so many alphas? Okay, I'm gonna reset one more time. I wanted to run around, but I don't want to deal with the alphas getting angry at me. There we go. Yo, any shinies? No, man, it's almost like I could have seen that from distance, but oh well. Yeah, no, it's one of those things that I think will be good. Not to mention, once I'm done with this game, like catching all the Pokemon, having everything done, we can still go after specific form Pokemon. Right? Like, if I need a female Meganium still, which I actually don't know. I think my Meganium is male. No, I have a female Meganium, never mind. I think I already thought ahead of that and had a female Meganium just for that reason. It's almost like I knew I was a genius. Okay, maybe genius is a stretch. But that's just what I'm talking about, right? Is right now, I can, you know, I'm shiny hunting stuff, whatever. But I can also start, once I'm done with this, going after a very specific form of Pokemon. Going for maybe like a... We obviously have to get an alpha and a shiny of everything. But maybe we'll shalfa hunt specific Pokemon that I'm a fan of. You know? Maybe I don't get a shalfa Meganium, but because I love Chikorita, I want a shalfa Chikorita. Or a shalfa Meganium, or shalfa Bailey. You know, we can go for crazy stuff like that. We are not limited just by that. But also it's like, you know... Alphas show up in home, so I can keep track of what I have as alpha and what I have as shalfa. And if I want a shalfa of Pokemon in this game, I could start hunting for them. You know, and eventually, spoiler if you don't want to know about what's coming in the future, don't listen to this part. So yeah, but like, I am gonna reset this game. Oh my god, I forgot Mewtwo was out of his ball. And I saw him come up to me. I'm like, wait, why is there a Mewtwo here? It's my Mewtwo. I just panicked over my own Mewtwo. That has to be the saddest thing ever. Oh guys, why is Mewtwo here? Because he's your Mewtwo, you idiot. I'm talking to myself, not you guys. What the... Oh guys, watch out, there's a Mewtwo chasing me. Look, he's coming for me. Ah! I saw him out of the corner of my eye. I was like, why is there a Mewtwo? God, I'm an idiot sometimes. But yeah, like... I don't know, like... I have such a self-worry. I want you guys to know that if I come across a Pokemon, that you know I don't stage it. Let's use this episode, for example. That Shalfa Lipard. I entered hyperspace, right? I enter hyperspace and boom, there was a Shalfa Lipard. How cool was that? But I also don't want you guys to think I faked it. You know, and it's like, maybe I need to get off of that thing where I'm worried about that and trim down content a bit more. Because it's like, I feel like if I come across a shiny and I immediately cut to it, like, oh, shiny, you know, there's not a shiny here, by the way. But, my point is, it's like, if I'm running and it's like, there's a shiny, I don't want you guys to think, oh, he purposely just kept resetting till he found a shiny and, you know, whatever. Like, even though that's what I'm doing right now, I'm constantly resetting for a shiny. I guess Yay's a bad example of that, but like in like my shiny only for Scarlet, I don't want you to think that that you guys can see the work I put in. That you see how long it took to get a shiny versus just me cutting to it. And that's why I plan to have more like one shot, one video ideas down the road. But yeah. We're not even halfway done with this donut, man. This is crazy. This is actually crazy. Yeah. And then let's talk about another thing really quick. Right, I'm going to reset here. Let's talk about another thing. Let's talk about viewer challenges. And let's talk about Shalfa hunting wild zones. Now, I've talked about it a lot. And it's not that, you know, what I'm about to say isn't that, like, groundbreaking, like, it's tough, you know? That challenge is so tough that I've gotten really lucky. Finding the Shalfa random fletchling in Wild Zone 1 was amazing. You know, resetting for the Shalfa Stormy that I was so excited to use, and then realized really quickly that I had other options, and I had to retreat back to Gyarados, which is a little sad if I'm honest, but yeah. Wild Zone 3, the fact that it's not the Fletchling or the Litleo, like, I love that. I think I love that most of all, is that my Shalfa Fletchling came from Wild Zone 1. Well, I think it's a Fletchinder now. But, like, my shiny Fletchling did not come from Wild Zone 3 by stair resetting. It came from Wild Zone 1 just randomly. Like, to me, that's awesome. And also that my Wild Zone 3 Shalfa was not a Litleo Fletchling. It was a random Skidoo that's now a Go-Go. Which I wish I would have kept it a Skidoo, but yeah. Because I do love Skidoo. Goat's awesome, but I love Skidoo. Right? But like, you know, from then on, right? Wild Zone 4 took so long to reset for Spinarak. I think it was 3 or 4 days. It was crazy. Right now I'm doing Wild Zone 5. I am taking breaks though, because like, I need to take breaks. I still need to have fun with the game. And I need to have fun with stuff I'm doing. Obviously after that, Wild Zone 6 thankfully has been done. We encountered that Shalfa Houndoom. Wild Zone 7 was... I 100% believe Wild Zone 7, the Shalfa Fletchinder, can only be shiny during night. So, yeah. I should have believed that. Wild Zone 8 is something that's going to be coming up, and there is a bench that can reset both the Shalfa Camerupt and occasionally when he spawns Alpha... Did I just say Shalfa Camerupt? Alpha Camerupt and the Krokorok, so... Also a few other things, but it's kind of weird because it doesn't always list everything that's... Yeah, anyways. Wild Zone 9, thankfully we got done. We got that, the Manectric Shalfa just randomly bench resetting one day, so that's really lucky. Wild Zone 10, we got the Sharpedo Shalfa, which is awesome as well. You know, Wild Zone 11's one that I'm going to enjoy just running through. Because while it's nice to be efficient and, you know, calculate, sometimes you just want to play the game, right? Sometimes you just want to run through things. And Wild Zone 11 is going to be one of those zones that if I ever get sick of and I just want to run through stuff, I can. Wild Zone 12 is one that has a bench reset. And we can go after Abomasnow and Avalugg at the same time. As well as a lot of other Pokemon that just can randomly become shiny or Shalfa. So yeah. Wild Zone 13 is one that I can reset and just run to the gate at night to reset Trevenant. Or I can go for the Reaping Bell. The only problem with the Reaping Bell is during the day, I am literally going to have to run through, right? I'm going to have to run through because I can't just reset at the gate. And, well, I have to, like, reset and then run up to, like, the entrance of it and then reset again if I see it's not shiny, because it needs to load in. I don't think I need to go all the way up there. I think it's like a couple meters, but yeah. Yeah, it's enough where I have to actually move. You know? Wall Zone 14 is one that we know we have played with. We have to run into the entrance, run far enough where it spawns in the Alpha X drill. And if it's not shiny, reset. But, you know, we could always phase on something else, Shalpa. Wall Zone 16, I think it is as easy as just fly resetting to the cafe. Because that resets both the Gourgeist and Banette at night, and the Gourgeist and Beetle during the day. The only problem with that is doing it off camera might be tough, because if a Punkaboo shiny pops up, you have to catch that Punkaboo right then and there. There was no waiting on it, because if it changes night to day, it will just despawn that Punkaboo. So that's one I might have to do on camera to make sure I capture that. You know, Wild Zone 16, thankfully we got the Ampharos there, so I, on accident, completely. I'm actually afraid we get a second Shalpa there just by trying to do anything in 5, but yeah. Wild Zone 17, Gods of Pyroar, I'm happy that one's done so I don't think about it again. Wild Zone 18 is one that thankfully got to Salamence pretty quickly, without even really trying. Got lucky there. I reset there a couple times, but it wasn't like I actually hyper tried for it. It was more one of those, again, oh, I just went messing around at the end of episode. Wild Zone 19 is another one I'm going to just want to run through. I could find some stupid way to hyper reset something or anything. But the nice thing is I don't have to focus so much on early morning. With Drampa there, it means if I really want to go and target only the alpha times, I can run through during the day too, early morning, just because there's a chance of a Shalpa. But I can focus during the day when Fufu's there, and at night when Clefairy's there. So yeah, that is a shout. And then Wild Zone 20, we got the shiny Metagross, which is on our team. Or Shalpa Metagross, I should say. So yeah. I am kind of concerned. We still have 8 left. And some of those 8 feel tough. Can I just say, I regret doing this. I shouldn't have used such a big donut. You know, I do have the boost. But man, am I tired and bored. And we're only halfway through. How long does this donut last? Okay, so it's ticking like what? 1 calorie per second? Let me do some calculations. Okay, it's got like 20 more minutes. Like, I am bored, dude. Like, and the tough part is it's because like I started recording this episode, I didn't want it to go 2 hours long again. I truthfully didn't. I didn't think about a 1-star with this long of a donut or this powerful of a donut. And if I actually properly fly reset and not give myself much of a break to look around, this could be an hour-long donut. You know? And so I'm not properly shining hunting with it, which is kind of a waste of the materials. But also it's like, do I want to do this for another hour when it's already 3 a.m.? Yeah, it's 3 a.m. by the way. I thought this was going to be a short episode. I shouldn't have gone to a 1-star with this. I should have just kept looking and called it probably. I make mistakes by it getting too late. Now, would I have gotten any sleep? No. Fireworks were still going on by the time I started recording this. They only stopped about 30 minutes ago. Alright. So yeah. Is what it is. Now, thankfully I can leave at any time. It's not like I'm stuck doing this. But the thing is, I could get shiny Starlies here. I could try to get that Bunnelby eventually. If I got 2 more Starlies and a Bunnelby shiny, I might actually leave. I might just call the rest of the time lost because I want to go to bed. which I think if you're tired, that's a fair reaction. You know? But yeah. And trust me, I am dead tired. Yeah, this thing can go 20 more minutes. That's crazy. You can tell I'm starting to drain too. Okay. See, again, if this was a medium one, I could always be like, if I'm bored of resetting, I could always be like, oh, I'm gonna go look around. There's not much to look around at, and I can see everything right from the get-go. Me running around is just to combat boredom. It's not actually to look at anything. But yeah, guys, I'm super excited. I have some projects coming up. I have some things that I cannot wait to just realized when my hair's sticking up, it blocks some of the spawns. Anyways, yeah, I have some things I'm excited to get going. We're on the road to 500 subs. We are very close to it. And if I can get to 500, there's some big things I promised. And I mean, I technically have already promised them. If you check my posts, you will actually see that there is. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, let me go bring it up. I don't like that this person's trying to give me, like, I really am appreciative of people who comment, but every once in a while I feel like some people commenting, I think I take it the wrong way. Like, someone commented on my first dupe shiny and scarlet thing, and someone's like, oh, when you think there's a shiny, double check it. How, you don't know the situation. My series, Pokemon Scarlet Shiny Only, has a dupe punishment involved. I wanted to be wrong that it was shiny. I prayed for it. And I've only lost, like I commented there, trust me, I've only lost 3 shinies in my entire Pokemon playing career. I've lost an Abra. I lost something to Explosion back in the day. So yeah, I mean, again, it's not that I hate that they're commenting, but it's like, I think people need to do a little bit of checking before, like, dude, like, okay, it says it's in Scarlet Shiny Only. But also, maybe check the thing before you comment. I know it's trying to be helpful, but, you know. Well, also, I'm tired of being nitpicky at the same time. What was I going over? What was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah, my posts. So, obviously, if you're watching this right now, I doubt you are not subscribed. But I made a post. If you are, please consider subscribing. But it said 500 subs, right? We're super close. We were at 484. We now hit 485. And sorry, I thought I saw a shiny, but what's up? We'll launch a new series where you guys can decide what I do next. I'll Switch 2 no matter what, and I'll replay Pokemon Violet and Legends Z on the Switch 2. And they may be shiny only. Let's go. Anyways. Yeah. I think what happened is one of these fletchling flew in front of my strand of hair, my red hair. And so I think I thought, like, because I saw red on the ring tips, I thought for a second, wait, did I just see red? No, it's shiny's gold. And so I think you can see how my hair's in the way. Like, I think one of the fletchlings flew in front of it. And so I kind of perceived, like, red wings. And no fletchling has red wings. Its shiny has golden wings. So even then, I think I see a shiny Bunnelby. Hold on. I'm typing it down. Even if I'm wrong, I'm gonna type it down just to. I think I see. I'm so happy, dude. I'm so happy. Oh, I'm gonna catch a shiny bunny. All right. It's stupid that I'm this pumped about it. All right. So let's do this. Yeah, see it back there? White tipped ears, baby. That's a shiny Bunnelby. All right. Do I throw it in Premier Ball? I'm not a big fan. No, let's throw in a luxury. It deserves a luxury. All right, let's make sure there's no other shinies around. As I sneak up and around. There it is. Shiny Bunnelby, let's go! Oh, let me drop the biggest of saves. This shiny is important to me. Because this takes our shiny ZA Pokedex from 113 to 114 out of 227, which means we are officially over halfway done with catching every shiny in this game. Or in the base ZA Pokedex, I guess I should. And look, this is another step going closer. Okay, has a no-gun attack, very good and pretty good. It doesn't matter, it's a Bunnelby, it's done. Right? Okay, so the only Pokemon we need left here shiny is Starly, 2 Starly. So yeah. Dude, I'm so glad I saw it. See, every time I pause, I go to look towards the Bunnelby. Now I can just focus on the Starly. Right, because I do need another Starly would be big. I really don't need it though. Like I do need it. I still need 2 more to be Starly and or Staravia and Staraptor. I never checked back here, did I? Just in case there's a ball. No. Oh, there's an item. No, okay. I just noticed. I was like, wait, I don't think I ever ran back there. I think I ran right through this. Because I've actually had, by the way, story time. There was a Pokeball, like, I think it was like nestled right here. Was it behind the car? Something like that, where I didn't notice it. I think it was in one of my first playthroughs. I didn't notice it. I think it was by this car because when I was running past, I think I saw red and white and mistook it for the, you know, the lights on the back of a car. I think. Yeah. But yeah, no. So right now, the only thing we really want is a Starly. That's it. You know? Yeah. Like, I hope that person, I may have commented and hopefully they don't take it as rude. It could come across my comment on that person. Comment as rude to comment on my short. But, like, also, it's like, I wish people took time to do research to understand the moment. I include the episodes in every single thing, like a link to them. So if people watch the short and they're like, oh, why didn't he do this? Or, you know, maybe it's because in that case, I actually didn't want the shiny. I wanted it just to be blue because I didn't want to check. I didn't want it to be a dupe. Because right now, in Shiny Only Scarlet, page 1 and 2 is definitely been out. And page 1 and 2, well, let me go back to my Ultra Ball. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, getting dupes is not good in that. So I was hoping, like the tone, if you listen to the tone of my voice, you can hear it be like, oh, it's not a shiny. Like, oh man, thank you. It's not a shiny. It's not a, you know, like, don't be a shiny. Don't be a shiny. Oh, it's a shiny. You know, like that whole like up and down of, you know, because if you heard someone be like, oh, come on, be a shiny, man. Be a shiny. Come on. Yeah, it's a shiny. Versus, oh, don't be a shiny. Don't be a shiny. Oh, it's a shiny. That's obviously a negative tone. I'm tired. It's 3:30 in the morning. I'm dead inside. And that comment's probably going to come across rude. It might be a little rude. I didn't mean it to, but I am just so dead tired right now. See, this is why if I comment to videos, it's usually not late at night, even if I'm up. Because if I'm grumpy, it can come across grumpy in my comments, and I so can feel that, and I don't want people to think I'm being grumpy, you know? So yeah, we only need Starlies now. Now, should I call it early and go to bed? I know what I'll do. The next shiny I get that is not a Starly or a Bunnelby. So the next shiny I get that's a Fletchling, okay? That will end it. That I will immediately leave. Okay, that'll be my twist. The next shiny Fletchling I see, I leave. If it's a Bunnelby or if it's a Starly, I keep going. But the next time I see a shiny Fletchling, I have to catch it and exit. Now, I'll check to make sure there's no other shiny. So let's say like this, it was a shiny Fletchling, right? But then I go up here, like I will still check to see, okay, is everything else, you know, because I'm not going to leave a shiny on the board. That's stupid. So yeah. Next time we see a shiny Fletchling, I will catch it, check to make sure there are no other shinies, and leave. I think that's a fair way to like compromise on not staying here for another 20 minutes. Trust me, because this episode's already at 1 hour and 46, and this thing still has what? Much time's left on this thing? All right, so hold on. Let me bring out the calculator. So let's go 900 by that, by 60. About 15 minutes left. Yeah, and each time I reset, it only extends it for... Oh, there's an alpha there. I don't want those. Not in the mood to deal with those. So yeah. But, like I said, next time we see a Fletchling shiny, we will go. Now, obviously, if I see another Pokemon, like let's say another Bunnelby back there is shiny, I'll catch that and then keep going. But yeah, the next time we see a shiny Fletchling, that's when it's done. So yeah, I would like another 2 Starly though. If I can get 2 more Starly, shiny, right? If I can get 2 more Starly shiny, I'll just leave regardless. Because that means I have enough shinies to evolve one to Staravia and one to Staraptor. That's 2 more shinies for the Mega Dimension Pokedex. And I will be happy with that. Right? Like, because that means I got 3 shinies out of this. I completed a whole line. And I don't need to go back for them again. Right? So if I get another normal donut, I don't need to worry about... Right? Because, like, you know, you can tell by now. Obviously, if you played this game, you played the DLC... You can tell how the structure works. It's usually a rare Pokemon or a DLC Pokemon. Usually, like especially in the later ones, there's a DLC Pokemon, then a common Pokemon, and then like a slightly rarer Pokemon-ish. So like a good example, Pidgey, Patrat, Bunnelby. This is a 1-star. 1-stars kind of break this rule, right? Fletchling, Patrat, Pidgey, again, breaks the rule. These are 1-star, like, basic examples. But those are just Pokemon from the regular game. But then, like, let's go to the next one. Meowth. Meowth, Bunnelby, Patrat. Meowth is a DLC mon. The other 2 are kind of just there. Meowth, Bunnelby, Fletchling. Okay, a DLC mon and 2 other Pokemon that are there. Then Meowth, Pidgey, Patrat. You kind of get it. Starly, Bunnelby, Fletchling. Starly, Pidgey, Fletchling. So there's like a normal pool and then a DLC pool, and the DLC pool usually going fun. There's a few exceptions like the Squawkabilly. The Squawkabilly green, blue, yellow, and green, blue, white can appear in 2 separate things. So yeah, you can just find a bunch of the different plumage Squawkabillies. And 1-stars. 2 stars. Watchog, Bunnelby, Baneri. Again, base DLC Pokemon. But then, or I mean base... game Pokemon, not DLC, sorry. But then you go to Staravia, Pidgey, Fletchling. Obviously, the Staravia is DLC, 2 are regular. Then Staravia EB, which is a rare spawn, Baneri. Okay, 2 stars. Then you have Staravia, Fletchling, Watchog, Watchog isn't a rare spawn, but like it's an evolution, so I guess. So yeah, but then Star Raven's DLC. Then you have Zangoose, Watchog, Baneri. Zangoose is the DLC mod. Zangoose, Eevee, Watchog. Eevee's rare. Zangoose is the DLC mod. Zangoose, Baneri, Pidgey, then Farfetch, Baneri, Watchog. You get it. That first slot is usually a DLC mod, like Farfetched, you know, Zangoose, etc., right? Starly, Staravia. Then 3-star, you have Pidgeotto, Lopunny, and Audino. Okay, whatever, Pidgeotto, Lopunny, Diggersby. But then Persian, DLC, Diggersby, Audino. Persian, which is DLC. You know, you kind of get it. Grafaiai, DLC. Indeedee, DLC. So that first slot, Porygon, DLC. And then when you get into the 4-star, it is even more rare spawns. Kangaskhan, Drampa, who is considered a rare spawn, and Frou-Frou. Pidgeotto, Kangaskhan, Frou-Frou, not really rare spawn, but Pidgeotto technically is because it's a fully evolved mon. Pidgeot, Drampa, Frou-Frou, etc. And then Kecleon, DLC, Pidgeot, Frou-Frou. Kecleon, Pidgeot, Kangaskhan. Staraptor, Pidgeot, Drampa. You know. So it's like, it's Cyclizard. Then you have the Porygons, you have the Evolutions, who are just hard to get or near impossible to get other than in Wild Zone 20. So like, yeah, they start to have one DLC Pokemon at the front. Oh, no, I see now if I'm backing out. Don't want to deal with that. So like, yeah, usually you have only one DLC Pokemon per thing unless they are combined. Right? Like usually if you go into water ones, you can find Dondozo with the Tatsugiri, which is 2 DLC ones. So I don't think there's a shiny here. No, okay. Keep resetting. So yeah. And so when it comes down to that thing, you know, there's some things we can go about just going into 1-stars and trying to get DLC mon. Like, let's just pick a random type, right? Let's say I get a ghost donut. Right? DLC mons, right? Let's think about DLC mons here. Yamask is a DLC mon. We can try to get Yamask and Coppergrigus just by evolving Yamask, right? There's Graveyard, and we get Houndstone. And then that's only in 1-stars. And then 3-stars, there's Mimikyu, there's Galarian Yamask, which you would need to evolve into, you know, to Runerigus. Then 4-stars, there's fully evolved Pokemon like Gengar, Chandelure, Trevenant, Gengar, Chandelure, Gourgeist, Trevenant, Gourgeist, Chandelure, Trevenant, Gourgeist. But then you can find regular Cofagrigus in there. You can find Houndstone in there. You can find 5-stars with Gimmighouls. You know, so like there's, you know, you get one DLC mon usually per, and it's like that's what we're doing here, right? The DLC mon Starly, who we're hunting for at this point, and then there's a Bunnelby who we just have had bad luck with Bunnelby. I feel like we've been around Bunnelby spawns a lot, and I feel like it's always amazing to me how you can play a game, you know, and get crazy shinies. And sometimes I'll put it like this, right? And I mean this. We have gotten, you know, a Shalfa Metagross. We have gotten a Shalfa Salamence. We have gotten Shalfa Ampharos, right? We have gotten Mewtwo, Primal Groudon, Primal Kyogre. We have gotten Shalfa Starmie. We have gotten Shalfa Hawlucha. We've gotten Shalfa, you know, Gyarados, etc., etc. I can keep going with that, right? We've got so many Shalfas. We got all those Shalfas, all these rare Pokemon, before we got a shiny Bunnelby. Right? That it blows my mind. Because sometimes some of these most common Pokemon, you think, oh, they're common, they should just show up. Right? And then it's just like, they don't. I mean, hell, we had shiny Hawlucha, shiny Ampharos, shiny I mean Shalfa, sorry. Shalfa, Ampharos, Shalfa, Hawlucha. We had all these other Shalfas before we even got a freaking Patrat. Right? Like, I think it shows you the date you catch them too. So let me go look at this. Like, if I go to Patrat, I think this is my original one. 621. Let me go check to make sure. 521. So this one is the first one I caught and I evolved it because it was the better one. So 521. Right? Let's check my Metagross. 522. So I got this right after I got that. But if I go into my Ampharos, 223. I got a Shalfa Ampharos 3 months before I got a single shiny Patrat. Whoa, I almost just left. Accidentally. Oh, that would have sucked. Wow. Whoa. Didn't mean to do that. No, but you know, what I'm saying is like, it is one of those things where I should, you know, like, I am very appreciative every Shalfa and every shiny I get, because some Pokemon just mean more because of how long it takes to find them. Right? Like, how long did it take me to find a shiny Fletchling or a Pidgey? Not long. But the first time I shiny hunted Fletchling to get a Talonflame, forever. Gyarados and Magikarp is a rare exception because the first game you could actually shiny hunt them, you were pretty much handed a shiny Gyarados on a silver platter. Like, unless you messed it up, you usually got it. So that's kind of a red herring in this argument. You know, that's a little bit of an exception. Because it's handed to you in a different fashion. You still kind of have to earn it by catching it, but yeah, you usually don't fail those that often. But yeah, there's some Pokemon that just mean more because of how long you hunted. I talk about it quite often, but Meteor. I quit Sun and Moon because I was like 5 or 6 times over odds on Meteor doing Masuda method. And I mean like I was really over odds. We're talking thousands of eggs. Can't remember how much because it's been so long. But I quit. I stopped playing it. I also had problems with how it was hand-holdy and like the feel of the game didn't feel right. And yeah. Also like not to be mean to Sun and Moon, but X and Y was okay. I tested X and Y working at Nintendo, so I have kind of a special place in my heart for it. But then we got Oras, and then after Oras, we jumped to Sun and Moon, which made some cool changes, but also tried to do too much. I did like the Ultra Beasts. The Ultra Beasts were not one of the reasons. There was also some of the Pokemon designs. Not to hate on Sun and Moon, because I do love a lot of Gen 7 Pokemon. There was a few things that bothered me. And yeah, you know what? I might as well talk about it. Let me bring up the Pokedex so I don't like miss someone, right? I loved all the starters. Rowlet, I love owls, so right away that was my choice, and I love grass types. Litten was really cute. Popplio I thought was kind of goofy, but I was like, okay, I can deal with it. Dartrix I love. He was just a proper little gentleman, and Decidueye is really cool. Litten evolved to Torracat, which I thought was cool. Incineroar I liked, but also because I got the like wrestler, like luchador kind of wrestler vibe to him. But it was kind of weird, and I was kind of like, can we keep them on all fours? Meanwhile, I thought Popplio to Beyond was really cute, and then Primarina I liked until one thing. Its Z move. Incineroar got a Dark Z move. Decidueye got a Ghost Z move. Primarina, who I was hoping would get a Fairy Z move and it'd be busted, got a Water Z move. And so yeah, right there I was kind of like, oh. And was kind of disappointed. I loved Picky Peck, I loved Trumbeak, I loved Toucannon. Young Goose was meh, I hate Gumshoes. I love Grubbin, love Charjabug, love Picklebolt. Crabrawler, yeah, Crabrawler has a decent shiny, but like it wasn't that great. And then Crabominable was so ugly that I was just like, no. Oricorio's forms were cool. I like Cutify, I like Rivambi. Rockruff and old forms is cool. Wishy-Washy was just a little guy, and I liked him, and he all screwed big with the school form. I love Marini and Toxapeck. Love Mudray and Mudsdale. Dewpider, Arachnid's pretty cool. Great shiny, by the way. I love Romantis and Lurantis. Molol and Shiinotic were kind of forgettable. Saladin, I was sad there was no male equivalent to Salazzle, but I kind of also got it. Stuffle was cute, but rare. I understand the anime scene, and Barrare is kind of a cool Pokemon. But am I the only one who feels like Barrare felt like a mid-stage Evo and not a full Evo? Like, its design screamed, I should evolve once more to me, but it was also a lot bigger than I thought it was. I love Bounsweet, Steenie, and Serena. Comfey is a lay, and it's okay. Orangaroo's really forgettable. Passimian's very forgettable. Wimpod and Galissopod's cool. Its ability kind of sucks. Wish it got a better ability, like a hidden ability. Sandygast and Palisand are cool, especially the shinies. Pukumuku, I get it. Not my favorite. Titanol was pretty cool. Savali's cool. Meteor broke my heart. I collected every single color, and I worked so hard, and I just couldn't get the shiny. And yeah, that broke me. Chromala, just, I don't know. I liked it. It was cute, but it's forgettable. Tortonator, I keep forgetting it from Gen 7 altogether because it's so forgettable. I'm not even looking at the screen, by the way. I don't know how many shinies are on the screen, so my bad. Let me scroll through all these first, okay? Togedemaru is cute. Mimikyu I love. Bruxish is one of the ugliest Pokemon. It's so forgettable. Drampa is okay. The Mega Evolution saved in this game. Very forgettable back then. I loved Delmise. I'm sad they haven't done more Delmise, but yeah. Jangmo-O, Hawkmo-O, Komo-O I loved. Tapu Koko wasn't my favorite at the 4. Tapu Lele, Tapu Fini are super adorable, and I like their designs. Tapu Fini's my favorite because I love purple. Tapu Bulu's really cool looking, especially it's shiny, dude. But all their shinies are pretty cool. Cosmog, Cosmome, and having an evolution line for legendaries kind of threw me a little. But I love the look of them. And so Galio and Ludala have great shinies. Nihilego kind of freaked me out from the first game, not gonna lie. Buzzwole is not my favorite. I'm not really into the big buffness of it. Pheromosa is very cool. Her battle and how she moves is cool. Love Circuitry, I love Celesteal. Cortana is cool. Guzzlord scares me, but he's cool. Necrozma was cool, and obviously at that point, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon hadn't come out, so I'm talking purely from Sun and Moon vibes. Marshadow, I don't think I saw Purple, Nagadel, Melmetal, Meltan, Zeraora, Cephalon. I don't think I saw any of those at that point. I don't think they were out yet. So yeah, Gen 7, I don't know. It just also felt like some of the Pokemon I loved. Oh wait, I see a shiny Bunnelby. So let me say really quick. We will have another shiny Bunnelby. I don't know if there's other shinies, but yeah. It also felt like the stat spread and some of the levels were kind of off. So yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but the game kind of started to rub me the wrong way. And I thought they were going to release Pokemon Eclipse, and then I kind of just fell out of it before they announced anything. And eventually Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon came out, and I didn't pay any attention to it because people were telling me, or from what I heard was, oh, it's the exact same game with a couple differences. Another Bunnelby, let's go! Okay, so we are 2 hours, let me mark this down, and 4 minutes in. Gotcha. Alright, so this is another Bunnelby. Now I can compare my Bunnelbys. Oh, I should probably, before giving away all my Pokemon, figure out their shiny gender differences on some of these guys, too. A very good and a fantastic versus a pretty good and a very good, but a no good. So, okay, Bunnelby, you go here. This little one will go into my dupe pile. Boom. I went from having no Bunnelbys to being able to put one in the dupe pile. Progress, people. Progress. Okay, so let's keep resetting. But yeah, I don't know. Gen 7 just rubbed me the wrong way, and then I stopped playing. And you know the story. Pretty much, it was... I saw a little bit of Sword and Shield. Legends Arceus made me really want to come back. And some of the Pokemon designs from Scarlet and Violet, when it eventually came out, also made me want to come back. But Legends Arceus was the game I was like, oh, this is so different. This looks so cool. Also, initially when they announced BDSP, I don't talk about this a lot. I definitely don't talk about this enough. But I saw Sword and Shield and I thought some of it looked cool. I heard some of the complaints, but whatever. Obviously, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon didn't get back into it. I wasn't a big fan of Pokemon Go. It was alright, but a whole game based around that had no interest drawing me in. Sword and Shield did have enough interest where I was considering it. And then I heard about BDSP and how shit it was, and how they didn't at all respect Platinum and like it didn't exist. And also, to go from Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, and I know it's not technically a remake, but it is. I include Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee into that line. Like, if you told me to list off all the remakes, I'm gonna tell you what. I say Fire Red Leaf Green, Heart Gold Soul Silver, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, Let's Go Pikachu, and Let's Go Eevee fall into that category. And they were bad too. They did some things right, but the catching system ruined it all. And then BDSP just looked horrible. And so at that point I was like, no. Then I saw Legends Arceus. I was like, I want to play that game. And then my brain, stupid enough, was like, oh, you want to get back into Pokemon? Well, you gotta replay all the games in your own time. And then Scarlet and Violet was announced, and I saw some of the stuff for that. I was like, okay, I'll replay through all the games. Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon, I think I did Silver, and then Crystal, and then Sapphire I did because I was gonna do Omega Ruby, so I decided to do Sapphire on that end. And then I think I did Leaf Green, and then I did Emerald. And then, funny enough, I didn't do Diamond and Pearl, I just skipped to Platinum. And then I did Soul Silver. And then I did Pokemon White. And then Black 2, because those are the ones with Zekrom on it, and I love Zekrom. Right? Or is it White 2? No, I did Pokemon White and then White 2. That's right this time. Sorry. And then I did Pokemon Y. And then I did Omega Ruby, because that's the only one I have. I never got Alpha Sapphire. And then I replayed Moon, and I got Ultra Moon, and that's when I started making content on it. And obviously, from then on, you can just check out my content, and that shows Pokemon Premier Journey has covered from Ultra Moon, at least me starting to replay it, or playing it for the first time, I mean, all the way through Let's Go Eevee, to Pokemon Sword, to Brilliant Diamond, to Legends Arceus, to Pokemon Violet. I was going to say Scarlet, but Scarlet's my shiny only one I'm doing right now. To Legends EA, and yeah. It's going to be cool to cover all the stuff with Winds and Waves. The fact I'll be able to experience all the glitchiness, all the bugs, Like, that's one thing. I'm glad I missed some of that stuff. But I'm also really excited to be able to experience all that. I already know which shiny, oh my god, which starter I want to go for. I'm already excited to see what the game looks like, what the world looks like, what kind of things we can expect from the Pokemon. Do they keep up your generic staples with the early route bug and the early, you know, I know it's open world, but like, you know, it's going to have sections and islands and stuff to unlock, I bet, based on how it kind of looked like. Are we going to get an early route bird, early route bug? Are we going to get something like that? Are we going to get Pokemon that, you know, like the last games we had to compare it to, Scarlet and Violet, you know, versus something like Legends ZA. ZA is a Legends game. Legends ZA feels like they test out something and then the main series slightly adapts it, you know? Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse, we'll see. But like the zoning system, I feel like that zoning system is going to be kind of like how the islands were in Sun and Moon. And I'll tell you right now, and this is the truth, if Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun came out before Sun and Moon, like if Sun and Moon didn't exist, oh, I see a shiny Starly. It also happens to be right next to a very angry Alpha. So So 2 hours. Jesus, episode so long. Alright. There it is. Got another shiny Starly. Let's go. Alright, so first off, let me take him back to its friends. How does he compare? Our previous one had 4 pretty goods and a no good. This has a best, so it immediately jumps over. This is going to become our Staravia as of right now. That does not count as another new alpha or another new shiny yet until I evolve it. Just to make sure there's no other shinies. These guys are starting to hide behind the brush. Okay. So hey, from this long donut, we've got 2 Bumblebees, 2 Starlies, and a Fletchling. Now, I'd much rather get another Starly before another Fletchling, if I'm honest, and then I would leave. 1 more Starly and we're good. Oh, I forgot to save the time on that thing. It was like, what, 11 minutes in? 2 hours and like 11 minutes, I think. Something like that. Yeah. So that's big. I'll make sure I evolve that thing. Yeah, it's so much, the brown is such a lighter shade of color on it, I feel like at times, that the tips of the wings look so dark in this light, but the lighter shade of brown instead of the like black or dark gray tips, you can just see the brightness, and it stands out so well in this lighting. See, some shinies get really tough with lighting, and some benefit. And that's another thing I have to wonder about Gen 10. They gotta keep the shiny sound and the sparkle. With all the ambient lighting we saw, I know the trailer is not official gameplay, but they show all that ambient lighting because they want you to know that there's going to be some ambient lighting in the game. Some shinies might be nearly impossible. Could you imagine a Pokemon with a yellow shiny near, like, let's say a yellow light, and you just can't tell if it's shiny or not? That would be really annoying. And so I do very much fear that the ambient lighting could cause a headache for shiny hunters if there is not a sparkle or a sound system. Not to mention, I really hope that they learned from the success of Arceus and ZA about how fans want it. Now, do I think they should keep there's 10 shiny saved across the world? That's a little bit more controversial. because this game is such a confined area, and it's so easy to bypass a shiny in a tiered climbing area versus a open world runaround game. I don't know if they'll keep the 10 shiny thing. They might decrease it. Maybe you only keep 5 shinies. Who knows? And they might just go back to none. But yeah, I just like the next Legend game. I hope the next Legend game takes from what we've learned about ZA that we like. I think protecting 10 shinies is good. I think the shiny sound and the sparkle and all that is good. I do think they should have had a little bit more uniqueness with the Pokeballs, like how in Legends Arceus some of the balls could travel faster, some of them were heavier, you know. Because why does my Great Ball throw the same as my Quick Ball? Shouldn't the Quick Ball be really quick? Or the Fast Ball be really quick? Shouldn't the Heavy Ball have a greater chance to catch something if it's heavy, but should also be heavier and slower? You know. Like, also some of these Pokeballs, like, I think a Premier Ball should be like, you know, throwing as fast as a Pokeball, but I think Great Balls and Ultra Balls should naturally throw out farther. And, you know, they should have had unique things to each Pokeball. That's something Arceus had that I feel like ZA could have learned from, and I hope the next Legend game learns from. You know? Also, I think ZA tried to do a little bit more randomness with the donuts. I don't think a lot of the community appreciated that fully, and I think you should go back to having a select formula. Like, I'd rather know I am getting... The randomness is fun for a Legends game, but I think if you're... Ooh, that's an alpha. I'm resetting. I don't want to deal with alphas right now. Even though the episode is titled DLC Alphas, we got a lot of alphas, we got a lot of stuff done. Right now we're shiny hunting. We don't want to deal with alphas. But... that is just it. Is if I'm you know, I'm playing a Legends game, I want it to feel like a Legends game, but I still also want it to feel a little bit like Pokemon. I think the battle system for this is cool. I think the movement for the partner Pokemon could be a little bit better. Like, how many times have we seen Mewtwo, you know, doop-to-doop-to-doo, hey Mewtwo, let's go. And then all of a sudden Mewtwo gets stuck somewhere until he teleports or he floats, or like, look, his pathfinding is really bad. And I think that bad pathfinding is something they could improve on if you have followed Pokemon in future games. This game had a lot of stuff they tested, and I think a lot of it went off well. A few things could have tweaked, but also this game was not made for the Switch 2. It had upgrades that could run on a Switch 2, kind of like how, you know, there's upgrades in other games. But truthfully, I think this was truly more of a Switch 1 title, or like a caught in between two generations. And I feel like Winds and Waves will learn. I think it's learning from Sun and Moon as well, and Ultra Sun and Moon as an island game. I think Kitakami as kind of a small island could help influence this, where it's kind of a small restricted area, but that was like DLC and all that stuff. I think a lot of things are going to be learned from these games. I just hope a Pokemon company looks at the right things. Just like, even though it's a new Pokemon game, you cannot isolate certain groups of fans. Like right now, the competitive fans have to, if they want to sorry, got distracted for a split second. If you're a competitive player and you wanted to enter tournaments, your only pathway now is champions. That's okay. But I hope they do not take EVs and IVs out of the core Pokemon game. They can make it a little bit easier, like this game, where you can tweak stuff a little bit more and all that stuff and have stuff a little bit more accessible. But I don't think you remove that stuff from the game. I think by removing that stuff, you would harm the game and the fans in it. Because I'll tell you what. Some of the stuff I've read about the next Legends game, spoiler if you don't want to hear this junk, but about having no catching Pokemon, and I've said this in other episodes, you're losing me. I'm here to catch them all. That's it. I'm not here to befriend, you know. If I wanted to befriend stuff to grow with and all that, I'd play Digimon. I love Digimon. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge fan of Digimon. I love Digimon. But Pokemon's about catching them. We've already set the precedence of how long ago Pokeballs were made. You know, with Arceus. I think if the Galar game where you don't actually catch Pokemon, but you gather up a group and you battle against big bosses using a herd of Pokemon, that sounds like more of a spin-off game than a mainline Pokemon or a Legends game. I don't know if I'd purchase it, truth be honest. Maybe if it had new forms, but if it's just all Galar Pokemon, maybe with a couple new things, but not much. I don't know. That sounds like a Pokemon Conquest game. That doesn't sound like a Pokemon game I'd really want to play. That's just me personally, but yeah, that seems... These last two Legend games I've been super excited for. That one might be a skip. You know, I don't have a Switch 2, so I can't really play Pokopia yet, but a part of me does, but also I'm not, you know, I'm not a Minecraft creative guy. In Minecraft, I like to build some stuff like a cool base. But then the rest of the time, I'm exploring. I'm an explorer. I'm a battler. That is 100% what I do. I do not do anything else. I do not build super big stuff. If I'm with buddies, sure. But that's just it. Like, Pokopia has some cool, fun stuff. You know. But yeah, I don't know if I truly want to play it. Also, it feels like there's like limited time events and junk that's gone. That means you're just going to permanently miss out on stuff. Which I feel like is a little bit like, ooh, if I miss playing it because I didn't have Switch 2 and now I get into it, can I access those events? No, so I'm just screwed out of those items. Well, if I can't build with all the stuff, why would I want to play it? You know, it's a messed up thought process, but it's true. So like, yeah. So hopefully you can re-access all that stuff. I don't know, I haven't looked too much into it because like, I'm still heavily debating if I want to play Pokopia, but yeah. I think I have 2 more resets in me, and then I'm just gonna let the time run out. Unfortunately, it does not look like there's a shiny anywhere. We did get 2 Starly, we got 2 Bunnelby, and I can't be mad if we don't get another shiny. Because yeah. That's an alpha. That thing's gonna chase me to the ends of the earth. Yep, there we go. I'm stuck. Okay, one quick reason. I don't even think I have time to throw a Pokeball if there's a shiny. There's no shiny. Nothing shiny. I can see everything, nothing shiny. So yeah. And there we go. Time is up. So thankfully, we still have one more thing to do. Well, not thankfully, I am dead tired. But we do have one more thing I need to do. 2-hour episode. Over 2.5 hours. See, I need to stop this. I need to do like 2 donuts if I'm shiny hunting. At most. But we will take this Starly and give it some candy. I think I overshot it. That's fine, it doesn't matter. I'm so used to all my Pokemon needing to be higher level than this to evolve. I'm not gonna lie. But okay, this shiny Starly is gonna turn to Staravia, which is actually 15 out of 117 in the shiny Mega Dimension Pokedex. And there's Staravia shiny. Boom. So we are missing Staraptor, but that is fine. But we got a lot of cool Pokemon. We added a bunch of stuff. Got another Shalpa, but not from a Wild Zone. But guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. Till next time, tag out.
I want to give a special thank you to all my Patreon members. Urza and Scott, you're amazing. If you guys want to check out Patreon and join it to get a shout out at the end, check Patreon down in the link to the description below. And you can also, like Scott did, make me re-record this.